Okay, so you're going to be focusing on the key vocabulary word of coherence today. We're going to take some definitions of vocab, and then you'll work in the Practical Writer textbook. Just make sure you're checking your grades. I should have your Ancient Civilization paper and your Lord of the Flies Original Sin paper. If not, you need to come talk to me as soon as possible. Make sure you've been reading Chapter 6 and 7. There will be a quiz next class, and Chapters 8 and 9 over the weekend. We'll finish the book next week. So you can read ahead if you would like to. I told you I would let you know about the PSAT, which is this Saturday. If you still want to take it, you need to sign up by Wednesday. You just go to the finance office and it's $20. I also was going to show you this freshman matrix. It's on the UNR website. It's called the Freshman Scholarship Matrix, and you should be able to see that based on your scores on the SAT or ACT test. So if you were to get a 31 on the ACT and you have an unweighted GPA, so a C is in an honors class is a C, it doesn't matter. You could actually get $8,000 in scholarship money from UNR, and every university has its own matrix, so wherever it is you want to go, those scores are worth money. If you're between a 30 and a 22 and you have this cumulative GPA, you could qualify for a $2,500 scholarship or a $1,500 scholarship. So these scores are really important, and you really need to take the test more than once. So I strongly encourage you guys to get in there and start taking those SATs and PSATs. Okay, first vocab word, just copy it down and then move on to the next one. Myriad, which means too numerous to count. It means a lot. A plethora, more than you can count, like too many storks to count. Stop the video, copy down what you need. Bastion, a fortified or protected place, like a fort. This is actually a drawing of the Lord of the Flies island with the mountain on one side, and then in Chapter 6 you'll know that they discover a bastion, a fort that they want to use, and this is the lagoon and the palm terrace. So you do need to know what bastion is when it talks about it in the book. Stop the video, copy it down. Fervor, intense or passionate feeling. Adriana experienced a fervor to help the homeless people of her community after her cousin lost his job. I thought I'd put some lovely little terrorists on the screen because they have lots of fervor. They're very zealous about their cause. Just like General Zaroff in the Most Dangerous Game story about the guy who hunted humans, he was considered to be a zealot or a fanatic. They're all sort of related words. Impervious, impenetrable, it's not affected by. Impregnable, you cannot get in or you cannot affect something if it is impervious. You need to probably copy both of these down. The marathon runner was impervious to the heat. His heart was impervious to love after his childhood. The phone is impervious to the water. The raincoat is impervious to rain. All of those are sort of used with impervious. And then these are the writing that you need to add into your vocabulary. So coherence. Coherence in writing, and this is what 90% of your grade in this class is going to be based on from here on out. Coherence in writing is the logical bridge between words, sentences, and paragraphs. Coherent writing uses devices to connect ideas within each sentence and paragraph. We used to call those, so you're going to want to copy this down. When you're ready, move on. Transitional structures used to be considered just transitions, but we're going to talk about 3 different things that you use to create coherence in mature writing. Transitional structures are one of them. Transitions, phrases, non-essential and essential phrases, non-essential and essential clauses, conjunctions, all different kinds of conjunctions are transitional structures. Explanation of your support, making sure that you're adding in those sentences after your evidence that always tie back to that topic sentence, tie back to the topic sentence, tie back to the topic sentence for every specific support that you use, and then reminders of the opinion in topic sentence. So if you said, this is the best thing ever, you're constantly using words like best, wonderful, fantastic in there to sort of going back and contacting that opinion over and over and over again. Once you've copied this down, then you're going to go ahead and copy down unity. Paragraph unity means that one paragraph is about only one main topic. That is, all the sentences, the topic, supporting sentences, and detailed sentences are all telling the reader about one topic. That's why I wanted you to go back and revisit that ancient civilization paragraph so that you could really get rid of anything that wasn't specifically focused on politics, government, religion, whatever that one thing is that you really wanted to explain and explain well. Okay, you're now going to go to the Practical Writer book on page 40. You and the group, the teacher, you're going to read out loud pages 40 all the way to 44. Read it very carefully. Talk about it as you go through it. Really pay attention to the first try and how the first try is different from the second try. And when they tell you about explaining the support, when they show you examples, like, you really need to think about what they're saying and talk about it. Then you're going to read the third try on page 42, and finally the final version on page 43. It's one particular paragraph that just keeps getting revised. Once you've gotten all the way together to page 44, there's going to be exercise A at the bottom. What you're going to do is outline the paragraph using the outline, which is on the screen in front of you, but it's also on page 45. Topic sentences, transitions, specific supports, and revised topic sentences. You're going to fill in the chunks from the paragraph onto the right outline. After you've done that, so stop the video, go all the way through that exercise, and when you're done, then check your answers because it's on the next slide. Okay, hopefully you've read exercise A together, and you've now put all of the pieces parts from the paragraph into that outline, and this is what it should look like. Your topic sentence is that you've developed a fear of math. Well, okay, that's supposed to say math. For instance, the sight of the textbook increases your fear of math. Being in the classroom increases your fear of math. Your self-conscious professor increases your fear of math. And then you eventually, the whole thing wraps up with you now have nightmares about math. You can see where the transitions are located, and they should be pretty obvious because they're transitions you're familiar with. Now you're going to go ahead and you're going to do the exact same thing for exercise B. This one's probably a little bit easier. Read it out loud together, then take about 5 minutes to put the pieces into an outline in your daily warm-up book. So you should have read about Travis McGee, and this is how you should have put it in the outline. Travis McGee is more than a tough guy. He depends on his mind, which makes him more than a tough guy. He gets emotionally evolved, which makes him more than a tough guy. And he's loyal to his friends, which makes him more than a tough guy. And the transitions, I think, are really easy to recognize in this. Okay, so now what you're going to do is we're going to go to page 46, where you should be on it. We're going to read the directions for exercise D, rewrite the following paragraph, adding transitions and reminders of the opinion in the topic sentence. You may also need to add some support to fully explain the relationship of the support to the topic sentence. However, I'm not going to have you do exercise D. What I want you to do is exercise E. Directions are the same thing. Read the paragraph out loud together. Then you need to go in and add sentences to the specific support that refer back to that topic sentence. So this paragraph is about how camping can be miserable if you are a beginner. There are 3 main reasons why camping can be miserable if you're a beginner at camping. You're a novice. You're going to add some examples into that. Those examples are going to refer back to being a novice, being a beginner, being a rookie. Try to follow the instructions that you've used. When you're ready, when everybody's ready, talk about them out loud and then check your answers on the next slide. So this is what I have. I kept all of the exact same sentences, except I added in, camping rookies tend to pack way too much stuff and exhaust themselves even more trying to set up camp. That goes in it supports this detail. When you settle back to admire the stars and you've got all these mosquitoes and bugs, but enthusiastic newbie campers never remember to prepare for the annoying critters. That supporting detail goes back and ties into the fact that this is about a novice who's going to have a miserable experience. And then you've got the last detail. Once you've gone to bed, you're going to find your sleeping bag isn't what you want. Experienced campers spend the extra money for extra fill. Here again, I'm referring back to the fact that this entire paragraph is about beginning campers. Those red words should tie back to the word novice in the topic sentence, and then these blue sentences should reinforce the idea. They should be specific support that constantly go back to, this is about camping, this is about camping, this is about camping. Now what you're going to do is, you're going to go back to page 12 in this book, and you're going to reread exercise C. Then you're going to write a paragraph that convinces the readers that something mundane or some place mundane has a particular characteristic. So go back to page 12, exercise C, read that example out loud together, talk about what it's about, what the topic sentence looks like, and then come back and play this video again. So you're going to write a paragraph. It can be, it has to be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It has to be at least 12 sentences long, but you can obviously add more to these specific details to explain thoroughly. You're going to take something like toilet paper, or a pencil, or maybe your garage, or your bathroom, or your bedroom, or someplace that's kind of average and boring, and you're going to set it up like a topic sentence, like the example on page 12, where that one says it's a refreshing change from the city. You might say that your toilet paper is a stimulating experience for all. Some sort of really good adjective. Or you could take like a place like Six Flags that's really exciting, and you're going to make it really boring. Use creative words. Don't use words like beautiful or fantastic. I mean, use really good adjectives. Here's some examples. Mysterious, stormy, strange, harmonious, tropical, sensational, romantic. Maybe you want alive, amazing, colorful, creepy, crowded. I mean, try to avoid like beautiful and some of these boring ones because they're not going to really help you do what you need to do. So you're going to start off with a topic sentence telling me what your thing is or what your place is and what it should be. Tell me it has this particular characteristic or adjective. Then you're going to write the supporting details. Use any of the sample paragraphs that you want that are in this chapter, but remember, you're being graded on coherence, and it's a quiz grade. So you need to get it done today if possible. If you absolutely can't get it done today, read it over, have a neighbor read it. If you get done early, check for transitions. Make sure that you can actually highlight those sentences that introduce those specific support chunks, and then turn it into the blue basket. If you get done with that early, you can certainly read in your Lord of the Flies book or check your grade.